driving in this car is pretty damn nice. Inline 4 turbo provides plenty of power. Acceleration is pretty responsive. No, there's a little bit of turbo lag if you go fully to the metal. This is braking is super responsive. It grips pretty well. Suspension is rough. This is practically like a track car, meant to be on the road. And the cabin noise is pretty loud. You can hear the big fat wheels in the back, and the exhaust tone note is loud as well. But if you're a sports car enthusiast, it's a very satisfying sound right now. So I'm stuck in the back roads of Oklahoma. I'm about to hit some twisties, but I need to pass up some of these cars. So let me pause this real quick and see if I can pass it before I hit the bins. Alright. So before going into the bins, I'm hitting some road construction that's limiting my speed. So I'm going to slow down and let the cars in front of me go further. Oh wait, oh nice. So that truck pulled over, and once I hit the bins, let's see what this car can do. Okay, here we go. Hitting it at 50, about to go into the first curve, and gonna accelerate into the curve. Turn in, it's a pretty winding one, not too bad. Dude, I'm doing 80. Oh my goodness. 90 in this area. Gotta stay on my toes, guys. I'll try to keep the camera as steady as possible. And then we're going into the next curve. Dang, I'm hitting 80 and it's like cutting through, I would say 45 for this curve, but I'm doing 75. Man, it's just eating up these. Oh my goodness, 80. Oh, twice as much. It's just eating it, and there's still plenty of power. I didn't have to slow down before the curves, and I was just able to accelerate straight out of the apex. Man, this car is freaking amazing. I just have a smile on my face whether I'm going slow or fast. This car is so much fun. So much fun. Okay, one more straightaway. This is an up and down hill. Let's see, I'm gonna do acceleration. Nice. Woo! I can feel the G-forces. 80, and then this will go into a curve that's 45, or it's an actually 35 recommended curve, but I'm doing 75. I'm braking just slightly and doing a 60 curve on there, and I have to stop. Oh. Hello everyone. This week's weekly rental is the Toyota Supra GR sports car with dual exhaust, sitting on some nice 20-inch rims. Wish the tires were a little bit more low profile. This is a really nice looking car. Absolutely great looking sports car. Really well designed. Under the hood is an inline 4 turbocharge version. It also comes in a V6 turbo, which, oh man, I would just, it's already great with the inline 4. It's probably just even more potent with the V6. So let's hop inside. This is very low to the ground car. It's almost like a roadster. So you hop on in, and it's really nice and cushy, almost like a you're sitting in a fighter jet. All digital dash. You have your controls on the left hand side. You have your signals on the steering column, as well as your windshield wipers on the right hand side of the steering columns, paddle shifters as well, and then you also have your steering wheel, nice firm, I think it's leather wrapped, but you have your cruise control and your Bluetooth controls on here. Pretty standard this stuff. JBL powered sound system, your power locks and windows, and also side view mirror controls, lighting controls right there. More speakers on the bottom part, and a small little storage space, no cup holders. It's a tight fit, but it's a comfy tight fit. Moving on over, let me start this up. Hear the nice little sound right there of the exhaust. So you have like a, I would say a 9 or 10 inch by 5 inch screen. I'm in Oklahoma right now. Air vents. Moving on down, you have your volume controls. It is a push button start, and then you have your AC controls. You have a small little storage space right here. One USB-A, and then cigarette lighter for DC. Kind of weird that they have a divider right here on the driver's side. Usually I see it on the passenger side. You have your gear shifter, which works a little bit differently. You have to press on the lock button to change the gears or to get into gears, and then push button for it to stop. Over here is your infotainment control system. It's moving towards proprietary because I don't really see, it doesn't have Android Auto, which is kind of weird. It has Apple CarPlay, but just not Android Auto. So that's kind of a weird little situation going on there. Over here, you can change your sport mode configuration, your emergency parking brake, your Safety systems. Yes, this car does have a lot of safety systems, like blind spot detection, lane departure, collision detection, when you have it in cruise control. But to get the most out of this, you're not going to want to really for the driving experience, you're so engaged, you're not going to be able to, you wouldn't want to turn them on. Up at the top is your dome lights. I wish they were push buttons, but there's a hard button to turn on the dome lights as well. Moving on over here, you have 2 cup holders. There is no center console, but there is a small storage space on the inside. Over here, you have a small little glove compartment, seats, little nice cloth and leather mix racing seats, very nice and comfortable on long drives, surprisingly. Over in the back, you have your subwoofers almost right here, it looks like, and then you have your little area to get things in the rear trunk, which is nice because for some reason, and I've heard this is a known issue about the trunk latch getting stuck. So it's nice to have this little section here so you could grab things from the back easily. It's small and tight, but there's a comfortable room compared to like a Mazda Miata, where like a 5'8" person would fit nicely, but anybody taller than that wouldn't be able to fit. In this car, I'm 6 foot. I've driven on a 2-hour drive, and it's very nice, it's very comfortable. So it's a nice little 2-seater sports coupe. I would even mention it's a sports car if you get the higher variant model. Really like the interior. There are some quirks around the infotainment, but overall this car is purely for the driving experience. So let's take her on the road and see how she drives. Alright, so how does this car perform? Absolutely amazing. Very responsive gas power train, that inline 4 turbo with the light body of the car just makes it so responsive. Steering is super sharp. It eats up the curves in like Swiss cheese. The braking, it stops on a dime. Suspension is pretty rough. You're gonna feel every bump. This is practically a car meant for the track. That's for the road. So surprisingly, the gas mileage is very good. Maybe because it's an inline 4, maybe the V6 variant, turbocharged variant, will be a little bit more gas consumption, but a lot more powerful. Still very fun to drive with an automatic. I wish I had the 6-speed manual transmission, but this is a really nice ride. Comfortable, might I add, compared to other sports coupe. Even though this is very low on the ground, I've been driving for around 2 hours, and my back doesn't hurt. I can't say that for other cars that I've tested, like the Mazda Miata and even the Camaro as well too. The V6 and the inline 4 Camaro really kind of hurts the back, so that's very surprising. It does have safety features, but you're really not going to use the safety features. You're so engaged in the driving that the safety features is just for lazy driving, pretty much. But if you're driving this Toyota Supra, you're going to be so fully engaged and having so much fun driving it, you're not going to even think about it. Some of the downside is that its built-in system, infotainment system, seems like Toyota's going proprietary. That has some kinks to work out as well. Not having Android Auto is a real bummer, so hopefully that is like just an upgrade. I don't recommend sports cars for rentals just because they're really impractical, but for this Toyota Supra, I would definitely give it an A just because it does so well in the on the long highway, long drives. So that means even though it has sparse trunk space for for two people on a weekend getaway, this would be absolutely perfect for them, for those type of customers. So I, for one, will give this an A+. First sports car rental that I'm giving an A+. That, and I'm a little bit biased because I really love the late 1990s Toyota Supra, even though this doesn't come close to match the power of that engine, and that this model has a BMW engine. It's still fun to drive, so A+ with that. Alright guys, thanks for watching. See you next time.